Morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the biggest race weekend of the year, biggest day of the race weekend. I got up early just to see this. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and I know I did this last year, but it's time we awaken the beast with an arbitrary sunrise shot. It is Saturday morning. It is a 6-hour enduro, and it is time to get some racing in. Got the car right here. I don't film on Friday practice days. I ran the car just to see how it was going, and we did have some problems. First things first, when I got it off the trailer yesterday, the battery was dead. Currently, just so you guys are aware, the battery is also dead right now. And then on the fourth session, because I only made 2 of my sessions, it was really rainy yesterday. On the fourth session, we hit a fuel starvation issue that caused it to go back into limp mode. But we did have it scanned by another race guy. So what we had discovered when looking at my car, he took out a really fancy scanner and we scanned it after the fuel starvation and limp mode. And what we had determined was that the fuel starvation was causing some weird codes with the car, and that may have caused some of the problems earlier. He cleared all the codes that he could. So we're gonna make sure that we never run the car below 1/4 of a tank today, because I do get fuel starvations at 1/4 of a tank on outer track, and we're gonna see how it plays out. But like I said, battery's dead, so first things first, we gotta get the car moving.
Okay, here we go. And push!
So very unfortunately it wouldn't bump start, so we have to charge the battery. I'm gonna have to disconnect the battery all day today because, well, it's not working. But we should be able to get it started in time for my first session, which is coming up here in a minute or two. So I've got my shoes on, I'm gonna get my helmet and gloves, and I'm gonna get the cameras in the car. That way, once that thing starts, I can just take off and go. I've got AC working in the trailer, lights, everything. We got a generator, it's super nice. My buddy's in here trying to sleep because it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna head back outside into the heat, but I have to anyway. What I was trying to say was that my car's battery was dead, so didn't make my first session. And then second session came about, and well, I got out there, and on my warm-up lap, I had cold tires. I was trying to go fast for the fast cars out there. I spun on my first lap, and the car wouldn't turn back on. So I lost my second session for that reason too. It is lunchtime now. We're gonna pull the battery out of the car. We're gonna head to AutoZone, we're gonna get some lunch, and hopefully we're gonna get on track at some point today for an actual lap. But I do believe it's the battery at this point. There was a theory that it might be alternator. There was also a theory that it might be parasitic draw, but the battery was disconnected between session 1 and 2 and it still lost charge. So we're pretty sure it's battery at this point. Battery's out. Slight problem. I don't think my buddy's gonna be able to get out here, so I have to push my car forward a little bit. And then, what do you guys think I should get for lunch? Wendy's? McDonald's? What do you think I should get for lunch? What should you get for lunch? What are we getting for lunch?
I don't know. Popeyes?
We don't know. Popeyes. Okay, so we got the new battery. The other one was like completely shot. They couldn't even tell if it was bad. And the answer was Panda Express.
Is that one of those ones that folds up and you can put it on your backpack?
Yeah, well, probably put on your backpack, but it does fold and have a one-of-one car. You're right.
No, if you put an American engine in it, you would have like a one of 50,000
Not in this
car.
car. No one's ever done it.
What is it again?
Part of J5.
I don't know, man.
Hatchback.
Sounds like something that someone would put an American engine in.
No, because you have to cut off the whole front end and weld onto the chassis a whole new frame and either hurt the fit. So
You ever see this YouTube? You ever seen this YouTube channel called Vlog Creations?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he cut 2 cars in half and
Well,
made
yeah,
it.
because the parking space. Yeah, but that's...
Yeah, but my point is that there's someone dumb enough to do it. All right, new battery. The real question though is, will it actually start? So I haven't had lunch. Now the real trick is if it starts the second time when I have to actually go out. It is time that I start getting ready to go out on track. I'm gonna drop my tools in the trailer because I don't have a ton of time. I should be getting ready to track. Gotta throw all my racing shoes and throw some new GoPro batteries in, and then we should be good to actually get out there and see if we can set down a time. I don't expect to be super competitive today because, well, I've lost all my good opportunities. So. So just ran my first legal session. No crashes, no problems. Was able to run the whole session. I put down a very unfortunate time of a 2:14. 13.002, which is slower than my personal best by over a second. It was the third session, so it was never gonna be a super fast session. During my driving though, we just replaced the battery, and I'm hearing a rattling in the trunk, so I think it's battery related. I don't think it's fully secure. That's it, that's what I was hearing. That's what I thought it was gonna be. So I just gotta tighten down that screw. Don't want the battery shifting around too much, because that would obviously be a fire risk. The Enduro's about to start, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch the start of the Enduro. There's a lot of sick cars out here. We got some pizza for dinner, which is pretty awesome. My last session did not go spectacular. I mean, it went fine. It was actually a great session, but obviously I didn't run a faster time, which is unfortunate. Fourth session's always the slowest session. Then my instructing went relatively well. My student's car was a fully built race car. Really hard to talk to each other in that one because it was really loud. But at least it had 2 seats, that's what mattered. So let's go watch the start of the biggest race of the year. Plus, we got some night karting and drifting, and I think even cars and coffee happening tonight. They got a lot going on this year. Absolute downpour, thunderstorm. They've got the race on hold right now. So yeah, I haven't been out there filming too much of it just because, well, not a ton of places to watch it dry. There are some grandstands, but they are going to resume it after the lightning kind of stops. So right now it's just a matter of being lightningy. So yeah, they got night kart races till like 1. It's currently like 9 o'clock at night, but they also got that shut down for the storm, and then the drifting I think also got shut down because of the storm. So out of all the amazing things they've got going on this weekend, not a whole heck of a lot is actually happening right now. Just lost the lightning. Just gonna go ahead and restart. So just barely missed the Enduro ending, unfortunately, because I didn't realize what time it was before I walked off. It was a good race to watch as a whole. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch it from the other side of the track. They have done a lot of terrible things here under new management, such as shutting off that side of the track so that we couldn't watch the race because they overbooked themselves which is the first time I've not been able to enjoy the race from different angles. I've had to watch it from the same side the whole time, which is very unfortunate. So whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and just start getting my tires changed because I'm actually very tired. I would go to the awards ceremony, but I just don't have the energy to do so. I want to get some sleep, but I really have to get my tires rotated before I do so. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Good morning. It is Sunday. I decided to sleep in today. By sleep in, I mean I slept till 7:20 after going to bed at 2:15. Pretty tired. Had a driver's meeting at 7:30, so I had to be up. I didn't fully finish getting the car ready last night. I just kind of ran out of time. I just need to get it back on the ground, torque down, and fuel in it. We go up in maybe 30 minutes, so should be no problem getting all that stuff done before I'm supposed to be on track. I am much more hopeful that I will get a good time today compared to my competition, because I should be able to make it out for all 4 sessions instead of missing my first 2 sessions like I have the other 2 days. But we shall see. I am hopeful today. Today should be a good day.
And yes, still using the jerry cans because I already have them, so I don't have to buy new ones, and they work just fine. Plus they were really expensive. They're for my off-roading vehicle though.
Session 1 done. Moving on to HPD 1 instructing. Guys, that felt really good, and I would have to say that I'm greatly disappointed with my first few laps time-wise, because it felt so good that they were about what I would typically run, and that kind of disappointed me because they felt just so good. But on the whiteboard behind me, guys, new personal best. I mean, it's not a huge jump from my old personal best to my new one, but it's a change, and that's great. I fully suspect that I can go faster in my second session. Who knows? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but second session usually is faster. But I'm super stoked about that, guys, nonetheless. So apparently they didn't need me for HPD 1. My student didn't show up, so they're moving me to HPD 2, 3 groups to do some check rides. That's going to make my life a little bit nicer because I do have to get out of here pretty early today. Not early, but I have to get out of here as soon as I can. And HPD 1 is the last run group. HPD 2, 3 is not. So it'll let me get out of here a little bit earlier. My race is coming up here somewhat shortly, so I still need to fuel it. I'm gonna take my tire pressures and bring it back out there. I do think it's possible I can beat my personal best. I've got to make sure that I put down a pretty wicked time second session. Just got done with my HPD 2.3 instructing and my last session, because when I instruct HPD 2.3, they run immediately after I run. So I had to get out of my car, quickly run over there, and do my instructing, and it was a check ride. But that's beside the point. When I got done with my check ride, I finally was able to check my times, and guys, another new personal best. I got a 2:12.193. That is 7/10 up from my personal best coming into this weekend. I think I could have gotten a 2:11 something if I had not overfueled. I usually start the session with a half tank of fuel, let it go down to a quarter. I do get fuel starvation issues at a quarter, so I'll use about a quarter of a tank in a session. I accidentally overfueled and I ended that session on half a tank. So I was a quarter tank overweight. If I hadn't had that quarter tank overweight that I had, I think I would have been able to put down something that was 2/10 faster just to get into the 111s. But yes, I'm excited. We finally got another new personal best coming back into this. All right, lunch acquired. Chicken strips and fries from the Karting Cafe. I do still need to rotate tires. That's one of the big things I need to do today. But I need to get this trailer packed up and ready because I won't have a ton of time to do it with my instructing and actual running. So lunchtime is the best time to do it, and I do need to be out of here on time today, nice and early. So we're gonna make sure that this is ready to go, so that as soon as I'm done running my session, I can get the car on here and we can bugger off. You know, after thinking about it, the best way to handle this would actually be... There we go, that's better. All right guys, I have spent the last hour or so getting the trailer fully packed. I've got the straps down up here at the front, so it's easier for me. I am gonna go for my last session. I have decided. There's no replacement for track time, so I'm gonna take every advantage I get to be out there on the track, especially since I missed my first 2 sessions, both Saturday and Friday. Yeah, I did that in the backwards order. I do need to get gas, so I'm gonna take off very quickly here, just to go do that before I have to get out there on track. But as soon as I'm done with that, it's right onto the trailer, and then I should be out of here in 15 minutes. All right, guys. Car's loaded up in the trailer. Dying to heat in here, and I actually haven't looked. We're about to look together at what times I just got in that last session. This will be my first exposure to it. 2:13.758, which is actually pretty good for me for a 4th session. So I'll take it. I'm happy with a result like that. That being said, guys, like I said, it's loaded up and I gotta go. I'm gonna head out and get on to my next plans, and then we'll recap this back at the garage. Alright guys, I hate doing this where I come home and give the rundown afterwards, but this is a recap. As you guys can see on my little board right here, got a new personal best on that track, just shy of a 1:11. It was a very competitive weekend. There was a lot of people out there, so I wasn't expecting to do super spectacularly overall. I just wanted to beat my local competition as much as possible, which I did on Sunday but not on Saturday because of all those battery issues that I was having. So once again, another very busy broken car weekend. What does need to happen is we need to get that Yukon done, because next weekend I'm not gonna have a vehicle available to me to borrow if something were to go wrong. So if something does go wrong, we'll cross that bridge when it comes, but I'm not expecting anything to go wrong. I do have the transmission. Chances of the transmission also being bad are very slim, but you never know. But anyway guys, if you like the content, like down below. If you want to see more content like this, maybe drop a subscribe. We've got more racing coming up. The season is just about to finish though, so we definitely got to make it out for those. As well as we've got other videos like, unfortunately, getting back under that Yukon, which, to be honest with you, I'm not looking forward to. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.